Meanwhile, Paco was waiting in his grandparents' house in Arenys del Mar on the Costa Brava for word that they had gotten through. Our problem was that when we had entered the border zone, the road police had given us a pass marked for 4 passengers. Now it was just Barbara and me. We pretended not to understand when the road police at customs asked us for it. Instead, we showed our passports. They muttered something about turistas estúpidas and waved us on. But the police captain at the final exit point was more suspicious. I tried to look arrogant, a look Spaniards used those days in place of credit cards. He attempted to interrogate us, but he gave up after an hour, because we spoke no Spanish and he spoke no English. We waited for 4 days in a French mountain town near Bourg Madame for Nicholas and Manolo to show up. When they didn't, we went to Collioure on the French-Mediterranean border to find Paco's friend, Josep Payac. He was in the main square dancing with his future wife, Teresa Huvet. Under the circumstances, I felt sort of guilty about relishing Collioure's amazing blazing light. But as I talked to him, I kept sneaking looks at the glorious Mediterranean. Payac was somewhat older than Paco. In the Spanish Civil War, he had been one of the youngest members of the POUM. He had been condemned to death and escaped from both the Phalangists and the Communists. During the Second World War, he'd been a liaison between the French and Spanish resistance groups. Teresa had spent her adolescence in a French women's detention camp in Moulins-Allier. She escaped and joined the French Maquis in Toulouse.